Okay, welcome back everyone. I'm going to get right into the stock market technical analysis. This channel is all about finding opportunities and trade ideas, using the charts, using technical analysis to really find our strategic ideas based on the data that we see and what the charts are telling us. So if you guys are finding value in that kind of content, drop me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know. Okay, I do appreciate that. All right, let's get right into the triple Qs. And we will see what we got going on. I like to start with triple Qs, obviously, because it's tech, and it's oftentimes, you know, it's got the big mega cap tech stocks that are so heavily weighted in the market that when they move, or what the charts tell me where they're going to go, is where the market basically goes. So at the end of the day, let's get into it. Triple Qs. Resistance, I know it's a messy looking chart because I've got all kinds of little, annotations from drawings I've been giving you guys here in videos. But we've got resistance, big resistance here about 313.36. You can see I've got that marked out. Resistance through here. It was support. Then it was resistance there. Broke above it, but that should be kind of the key level of resistance, and we're just below it. If I go down to the hourly chart, you can see we're just below it. So we could creep up there and hit that. That is possible. It's not too far away. Again, I talked about getting short really last week, towards the end of last week. Now, yeah, we're a little bit above. It's about 1.5% or so from that downtrend line. But again, I just don't think there's too much more to go on the upside. So I'm still short. I'm staying short. I might even add. We'll see. If we spike up to that 313, because from where we're at, that's a move of only about, it's about 1%. And I just don't see too much more upside beyond that. So rather than, going long, I definitely, or, even staying long, I'd rather start to get positioned for the next move, which I think is going to be to the downside. On the hourly chart, just starting to build some negative divergence on the RSI. It's just creeping in there. So not much. We could grind around here for a little while, maybe pop up, make slightly new highs. But at the end of the day, it looks like we're starting to build that negative divergence on the RSI. I don't see it on the PPO, but if I get down to a smaller time frame, like a 15-minute, and this is just micro analysis, really active trading stuff. But if I get down there, I see that we are starting to put in that negative divergence here on the 15-minute chart on both momentum indicators. So again, we're kind of creeping higher. This price action, if I can grab the right tool, this price action right in here is all divergent highs. So it tells me that this is the area where the sellers, the institutions are exiting their longs and the momentum is starting to drop off. And price should follow. It doesn't have to, but it should follow here in the future, in the near future. Okay, so if I go back to the hourly chart, again, I think we're going to get a pullback. There's kind of two gaps to fill on. This is triple Qs, obviously, two gaps to fill. One, you got the gap from just yesterday or Friday. So maybe you get a minor reaction there. I don't think you get much on that gap. It's such a small gap. But maybe just it pauses there for a couple hours. And then you got a gap all the way down here at 300. That is another potential gap. So maybe what we do is if we're going to run down and continue lower, we could run down and fill this gap and then rally, maybe for another rally. For now, I'm still leaning towards a move down to that gap fill at about 350. Okay, that's what I got on that one. If I look at the SPY is just slightly, you had this downtrend line here, and SPY gapped up, and it's still trading above that downtrend line over the last week or so. We've been here. So there is the potential that we're going to hold here. But again, I think this is going to be a bear trap. If I look at the hourly, I'm sorry, guys. I'm on an hourly chart here. This is not multiple days. This is just a couple hours. This is just today's price action. Just starting to put in the negative divergence. If I go down to the 15-minute, you can see it's consistent with what the triple Qs is showing. Negative divergence starting to show up. So I think we fail here at a minimum. Okay, you got a gap to fill, so we could come down. Maybe the buyers try to step in there, but I think we probably fail and hit this gap down here at about 450 is where I've got the gap. right about there. Okay, so I think we go like this, maybe a little bounce and then boom, like that. Now, if we do that, then that's going to be a false breakout. Going back to the daily chart, you'll see here that this is a downtrend line. We got a reaction. This is the start of the, this is the bear market that we've been in triple Qs, or sorry, in SPY, back starting in January this year. So downtrend, you got a rejection of resistance there, and then another reaction here. So there's 3. So that's your downtrend line. And if I come back into kind of the time frame now, we've got the shorter downtrend line here that basically we had resistance, and we're above it now. If we drop back below, it would be a false breakout. So something to look for. To trigger the false breakout, you really need to get below about 406.30, 405.50, somewhere right in there, depending on what day. But if you see price back below those areas, then that's going to tell you that this was a false breakout and we're likely going to start to head lower. Small caps, again, you can see we've got a downtrend line. Now, we only had 2 data points on this hourly chart here, 1, 2, so we're above it. You did have a gap, though, so I think we can probably consider that a 3rd data point. And just if I get down to the 15-minute chart, this one, starting to put in that negative divergence. See it right here on the 15-minute chart. So again, we're just at the bleeding edge of what's starting to show that this rally that we've had over the last weeks or a couple days. Well, let me look. This goes back to this rally started back about a week ago. We're just on the bleeding edge where we're starting to show signs that we're going to turn and get some sort of a move down. Now, this move down doesn't have to be a definitive drop or a crash or anything like that. For now, I'm just looking to fill some of these gaps. All right, and on this one, it's about 184, we'll call it. That's really the gap I'm looking to fill on that one. Okay, LLY, this is a trade idea, short trade idea that I've talked about for a while. We are starting, if I go to really on the hourly chart, you can see we're kind of creating this this bearish rising wedge pattern, starting to put in some negative divergence here on the hourly as well. We need to see this wedge get taken out to the downside. If that happens, then look for LLY to trade back down to this level down here at 300. Okay, so if you start to break that, we should head right down to 300. We get back down to 300, I got to flip back over to the daily chart, and we should break. Okay, we'll probably get a 1 or 2 day bounce, but it should be a lot more muted than this bounce. And I think at that point we will break and head down to our final target, or at least our near-term target of 284. Okay, so I still like this short, to be honest, even though it's been rallying. I still like it short, and I do think we are going to break here pretty soon. And again, one of the reasons why I like this as a swing trade, so again, swing trades take typically months, weeks to months. But one of the reasons I really like it for a swing trade is that on this daily chart, this thing has big negative divergence. Okay, it's just been building and building really for months. This negative divergence has been building, and pretty much all this price action in here has been divergent highs. So if we start to break, I think we could head quite a bit lower, and not just down to this 284, but maybe a lot lower. I just think near term 284 is good support. It's a good zone of support right down here, and so you should get a pretty decent reaction down there. Okay, but I still have pretty good confidence that we head down there, and I'm sticking with the trade for now. Gold bullion, again, still holding this zone of support. This area of support about 1680, you can see on gold bullion here, that's just lots of reactions right there. Support through here. There's another tag of it, support. There's another one. And again, the buyers, so far, it looks like the buyers have stepped in a little early. So it's a very strong zone of support. That's it. It's support. Now, we also, if you look at the daily, we are starting, we basically started to put in the bullish divergence as well. Right here, these lows right here are basically equal lows, but you can see the momentum is clearly much higher. So bullish divergence on the daily chart at or near long-term support. It's a bullish chart. Okay. I think we head higher, and that's it basically. And then oil futures, they don't look great. You were testing resistance right there at about 86. It looks like on CL, right about, it's about 86, and we're above it now. It's kind of recovered that. So if this doesn't fail today and sell off, then it's probably a false breakdown slash bear trap. Okay, so just keep an eye on that one. And we have a short setup. Not actionable yet, but First Solar, I think I talked about that on the Saturday live stream. Again, this one, it's been the hype train because of maybe the bills that have been passed, but pretty much gone parabolic. So we're watching it. No sell signal, but here's the thing. You've got an uptrend to watch on the daily chart. We've got a gap to fill, so obvious target on that gap. And on the daily, we are starting to build negative divergence. So there it is. Just building. The PPO is much more prominent, and the RSI is kind of flat, but it still has that negative divergence while we continue to move higher in price. Momentum is pretty much starting to stall out in the RSI and clearly starting to drop in the PPO. So that tells me we should have a sell signal soon. We're looking for a breakdown of the trend line, and we'll probably, get some zigs and zags along the way, but work our way down to fill this gap, or at least get close to filling the gap. The buyers might step in early. And I would too. I probably wouldn't wait for it to completely fill the gap. Just makes sense to step in early and cover a short. But again, not an actionable trade yet because we don't have that sell signal. So guys, if you're interested in learning this as a skill set and you want to, more than just follow along my videos, but be able to really spot your own trade ideas and have increased ability and awareness of what's going on in the charts and the markets, take my stock market technical analysis course. Link in the description below. I put that together. It's not a free course, but it is very affordable. I have priced it affordable, and I want to keep it affordable. So check that out if you're interested. Again, link in the description below. Finally, as part of the private member group, which you can join, we do cover additional trade ideas. I do a Saturday live stream where I go through all your subscriber picks and any membership picks that you guys want me to look at, charts you're interested in. I will go through those on the Saturday live stream, and I'll continue to do that. And again, just additional market insight. It's not a all day, every day live chat room kind of thing. But what it is you are going to get alerts of additional trade ideas. You are going to get the Saturday live stream and additional market insights. So if you're interested, link in the description below as well. Or if you're not on an iPhone, there should be a join button to where the subscribe button is at. And if you haven't subscribed already, where's the harm at? Click subscribe, join up, and follow along. Maybe we'll find some good trade ideas for you. Okay, guys, that's all I have for today. I'm going to get out of here. Again, just to wrap up, I am short, maybe looking to add. Not seeing clear signs yet to add, but I am still going to stay short for the time being, and looking for a little bit of a move to the downside. Okay, catch you on the next one. Bye.